Hi, this is Dave Jewell from Free Run Speed. I'm here to talk about one of my favorite new running shoes, New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel. True running shoe innovation comes from solving problems, working with an athlete, trying to solve the needs of that athlete based on problems either they're having with their running or having with current shoes, and solving that problem. That's where innovation comes from. The New Balance Tech Lab spent a great deal of time mapping the foot plant and running style of Jenny Simpson, among other athletes. Using pressure force plates and high-speed cameras, they were able to see exactly where Jenny lands on the foot and sets her foot up for toe off. From there, they started designing the platform. Notice this really odd shape here. Here's that same shape looking down on it. So it's this flare, this shape right here, that makes this midsole so unique. Jenny is not unique in this running style, but many athletes, specifically athletes that are running really fast, really hard, land right here on the outside of their foot. Then with extreme force, their foot rolls in. So they land here and they roll in. So this unique design right here simply gives the athlete a platform so that when they land there, it's not an empty space like most running shoes are. It's a platform that helps promote what that foot is doing. Personally, for me, this little flare worked. It's the best shoe I've ever run in on the track. When you're rounding a corner in a regular running shoe or even a track spike, there's a ton of pressure on this outside to the point where you're not rolling over that outside edge, but there is a ton of pressure. So your foot has to do a lot to keep you centered going around that corner. With this, my foot felt super secure rounding the corner. I've never run corners as fast as I did in the Fuel Cell Rebel. And it's all because of this flare right here. The Fuel Cell Rebel has the best fitting upper of any running shoe today. And here's why. The upper, no matter what type of foot you have, simply hugs your foot. And that's because of the booty construction, and it's because of the engineered mesh. All of this computer stitching simply gives the upper support without needing to throw on overlays. Again, making the upper hug the foot without any binding. Because if there were overlays on there, there would be tons of binding. But because there's no overlay and because they use this stitching, you just get a nice, snug fit. One of my issues with this shoe is the length of the lace, which seems to be a trend in running shoes these days. They just put long laces in them. So I personally have to double knot. As you can see, This rubber outer sole is really quite durable. This shoe has at least 200 miles in it. One of the drawbacks of building an outer sole that is so durable is that it becomes very, very slick when the roads get wet. I came charging out of my hotel for a run in New York City, hit the wet pavement, and almost landed on my rear end. The other great thing about innovation is when you're working on it, you're not looking at anybody else. You're not looking at what Nike's doing, or you're not looking at what Brooks might be doing. You're just looking at how do you make a better shoe for that one athlete. After putting enough miles in it and listening to what others have to say, it's clear. If you are running or have been running in the Saucony Kinvara and been disappointed, the Rebel is your shoe. The same is true if you've been running in the Brooks Ghost or the Adidas Boston and you want something fresh and new, or you're disappointed in those shoes. The FuelSole Rebel will open your eyes to what's possible.